Guys, this one is going to be amazing. Most of you know Marcelo Garcia, but few people know Pablo Popovich. At that time, Pablo was one of Marcelo's toughest matchups. He even scored a win over him, and he was considered one of the most athletic grapplers of that era. Let's see how Marcelo deals with this challenge. Let's get right into it. I did not expect Pablo to jump into close guard. He really likes to put pressure from the top, but he is also very good in playing half guard, which we will see in this match. But Marcelo Garcia is one of the best at escaping this close guard. And if you see how he's opening up, he's never on his knees and trying to open close guard. He's always trying to stand up, pay attention of the knees of Marcelo, little bit inwards, so it's hard for Pablo to open his hip and put him on the ground, you see? Put his butt on the ground. So straight away, just Marcelo framing the hips of Pablo, trying to put pressure on the legs and trying to open this close guard. It almost never not worked for Marcelo, this style of opening the close guard. The only time I've seen Marcelo having trouble opening the close guard like this was against Ronaldo Jacare, which Jacare is a lot more bigger than Marcelo. So yeah. But Marcelo keeping composed, just pushing on the hips, trying to put pressure. Watch the head positioning of Marcelo. So it's hard for Pablo to get like a body lock on him from this close guard. He's like framing with his head. It's amazing to me how Pablo kept the close guard for so long, and now it's open, and straight away Marcelo is backstepping from this position. Watch how Marcelo is holding the top leg of Pablo, so it's hard for Pablo to high step from this position, you see, because it will be easier for Marcelo to get him back to the ground. What is better than the top leg is holding the bottom leg of Pablo. And then Pablo will be completely shut down and he will not be able to wrestle up. But Marcelo is choosing this top leg. Marcelo is also one of the best at baiting people to scramble from here and high step and overextend their body so he can get something like a guillotine from here. That is also very important. Pablo tried to use that butterfly hook to off balance Marcelo, but yeah, Marcelo doesn't even budge from this position. Still overhooking that top leg of Pablo. Let's see. Yeah, I think Marcelo is just waiting to clear his knee line or waiting for Pablo to try to high step so he can get like a good guillotine bite from here. You see that right hand of Marcelo? Just waiting like a cobra. Yeah, Marcelo is one of the best at balancing from this position. I am doing a full breakdowns of the CGI 2 matches on my Patreon, and I've never seen this position at any of the matches. It is interesting how it's completely forgotten, but Marcelo was doing it a lot, and now Marcelo is transitioning to that bottom leg of Pablo, you see, and this is a lot better for Marcelo. Now it's completely shutting down that wrestle up from Pablo from this position, because that bottom leg of Pablo is what he will need to high step. He needs to get that leg under him so he can build up into a 4 point so he can wrestle up. And Marcelo holding that bottom leg completely was shutting that down. So let's see. Yeah, still holding that leg. Amazing from Marcelo. Maybe even trying a toe hold, but yeah, he let it go. It's hard to get a clean toe hold from this position. And maybe a Kimura, but Marcelo really doesn't like a Kimura, so let's see. He is more trying to get this toe hold from here. I think Marcelo is just trying to scare Pablo with this toe hold, so Pablo overreacts and lets go of his leg, you see. So it will be easier for Marcelo to pass and clear his right knee line. Again going for this toe hold. So interesting. Yeah, Marcelo is transitioning from this Kimura to this toe hold and also scaring Pablo with a guillotine. So he's doing a 3 dilemmas here. Let's see. Yeah, all the time Marcelo just trying to open these legs of Pablo so he can get his right leg out. Pablo is chasing the far leg of Marcelo. Okay, now he got it. Deep half guard for Pablo. Yeah, but Marcelo straight away escapes. Okay, headlock for Marcelo. Marcelo really doesn't like to finish the guillotine with the arm in of Pablo. Yeah, he jumped on it, but I feel like he doesn't feel safe here, Marcelo. He doesn't feel comfortable. Yeah, now he is just going back again. Yeah, this it's so interesting how Marcelo is so good at no arm in guillotine, but he really doesn't like to finish this arm in guillotine. So I think, yeah, he will transition straight into passing the guard again. Let's see. And this is a better position for Pablo. Deep half guard with that left leg of Marcelo straight on the shoulder of Pablo. But watch what Marcelo does from this position. This will be amazing. I'm doing this till this day, and I've seen it from Marcelo so many years ago. So let's break it down what he did here, because this is amazing. Deep half guard is Pablo's main position, and watch how he's controlling the left leg of Marcelo with his shoulder and his head, and watch how Marcelo will escape. This is like genius here. Watch this. He will push the head of Pablo down so he can free the leg of his, you see, the left leg. Watch how he will push the head down, because the head of Pablo is what's holding that left leg of Marcelo, you see. So pay attention to this. He will start to push the head of Pablo, and then he will straight away try to get that far underhook on the left side, you see. So watch this. Now he is pushing the head of Pablo. You see, now he's transitioning the leg, and now he's in this like split squat position, and he's chasing that far underhook straight away. So it's hard for Pablo to get his back. And watch also how he's lower on the hips of Pablo. So it's hard for Pablo to completely like high stop and get the back of Marcelo. And also Marcelo is putting pressure on the hip and also not letting Pablo to get that underhook, you see, with his right hand of Pablo. Because Pablo, if he gets that underhook, it will be a real problem for Marcelo. So now Marcelo has that underhook, you see. It's not a perfect underhook, but he did the job and he passed the guard. And watching every match from Marcelo, I know he will not waste time in the side control. He's straight away trying to close with something. So let's see. Going knee on belly, I think he's doing this just to force Pablo to expose the back or expose the neck. So something from those two. Let's see. Yeah, now he's looking for this underhook, but Pablo is keeping intact. He is like very hard to open up. Now he is just jumping around. That was crazy. No need for that, but who am I to judge? I think he is just trying to force Pablo into going turtle or trying to expose the neck. So cross facing. Yeah, he is just trying to turn Pablo so he can expose the back. And now Pablo open up his neck from north-south position. Pay attention how Marcelo will readjust from this position and use his right rib to push the head of Pablo into the middle so the choke is better. And also Marcelo is using his right shoulder. He's pushing that right shoulder down. So that makes the choke even deeper, guys. And that was amazing. He's celebrating with Fabio Gugel, his coach. Amazing, amazing. Guys, because of Flow Grappling, I cannot post the CJ2 matches on YouTube. So all the breakdowns are on my Patreon. I also post exclusive and personal breakdowns there, plus full guides and free tips. So check it out, the link is in the description. And subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell so future breakdowns find you automatically.